Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a beach the park, underground methods, top-notch horse, get the.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, Legit Racing. It's our first video. We're just kind of getting into this. I guess everybody's doing it, so why not us as well? We're gonna try to bring you some good, racing content as we travel all over the Midwest and get into some races and updates on the truck. But today we got a little bit different video for our first, I guess. We got the Duramax loaded down with the trailer on the back. We are heading kind of back to the area where I grew up, so about 40 miles from my hometown, or from where I grew up out in the country, to pick up a vehicle that's pretty special to me. It's actually been in the family probably 20 plus years, but it's recently come available, and so we went ahead and purchased it and got some big plans for it. So once we get back there, it's about a 3.5 hour drive. We'll turn the cameras back on and show you what our purchase is, and kind of film the process of it. And once we kind of get back home, we'll go over the full plans for the build and what we're going to do with it. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we're excited to bring you some awesome content. Well, here it is in all its glory. Sorry about the wind. It's a 1983 E350 Centurion. My dad bought it over 20 years ago. And yeah, so it's kind of a little family heirloom here. My uncle had it up for wanted to get rid of it, so I went ahead and purchased it, so it stayed in the family, but had a custom flatbed made for it years ago. Grill guard, on the inside it's just like a van, nothing too special. It obviously sat for a little while, had some mice up in the headliner, it looks like, but we can get that figured out. So a Centurion or didn't even know that they existed. They were a conversion package, 80s and into the early 90s, by a company called Centurion, actually. And they were a E350 van that was made into a pickup. A lot of them were RV haulers. That's what they made them, is to pull campers and things like that. A little history on this particular one. Over 20 some years ago, my dad purchased it on eBay, actually. I think it was maybe even his first eBay purchase. He bought it from a guy down in Florida. The custom paint that's on it matched the guy's speedboat, and he used it to pull his speedboat back and forth to the lake or the water, and whatnot. So it's in pretty good shape body-wise. My uncle did have some paint work done probably 8, 9, 10 years ago. The flatbed, when my dad bought it, the flatbed, there wasn't a flatbed on it. It had a fiberglass box. And if you get online and look at them, those fiberglass boxes look kind of chintzy because the vehicle is so tall and that box was so short. Being in the start of the sandhills in Nebraska, you put flatbeds on things. My Duramax has got one. This has got one, So my dad had it made by a local guy, probably early 2000s is my guess. Yeah, here it is. So kind of first impressions, it's been several years since I've even seen the thing. My dad did sell it to my uncle, and then it just kind of sat around and didn't really get used or driven much. It's got a 460 motor in it, but it's a marine motor, and it's really never ran right since we've owned it. So we are actually going to take it to Dylan Petrozelka in Weston, Stroked Diesel, and he is going to IDI 7.3 turbo swap it. So we're excited to take it there next week and have him getting started on that. For a lot of you that don't know, my dad is in a wheelchair. He was in an accident when he was younger, and he's paralyzed. And so this was kind of his like holy grail, gotcha, need to have vehicle, because it was, at the time, it was the closest thing to a pickup that he could ever have, with a wheelchair, so he could get his wheelchair lift and wheelchair in the vehicle and everything. So we are actually going to, we're on our way to his house now. He hasn't seen it in, I'm betting, 10 plus years. So we're gonna pull in and show him and whatnot. Probably not gonna film. I don't know what his reaction's gonna be. I know he's pretty excited about it, so but we'll cut it back on, later down the road or something like that. So thanks for watching. There's a lot more to come with this vehicle. Once we get it home, we'll get some of the inside cleaned out a little bit and maybe do a video on the inside and some nuances that it has. So keep watching and we'll show you more. Thanks. So we just made it home, about a 3.5 hour drive or so. Camden, my son, who's behind the camera, he is going to clean this out. You can see, obviously, it's sat a while. There's, some furry friend droppings in there, and then also up in the headliner. So we're gonna tear that out and get it started and see what we can get done. Yeah, we'll have a before and after here hopefully pretty soon.
Okay, I'm back. I got it detailed somewhat. Not the best, but not the worst. Better than it was. And now, time for the front. okay. I got it all cleaned up for now. Like I said, it's not the best, but better, way better than it was. I'm still gonna wipe the dash down, and then I'll be done for now. And de-germ the inside with some spray. Then I think that's it on the inside for now. I don't know if my dad told you guys the plan, but the plan is we're gonna, it has a 460 marine motor in here. That's why it's yellow. We are gonna put a 7.3 IDI motor in here, and then with a turbo kit. It should just bolt right up, other than a little bit of work on the motor mounts, but it'll bolt straight up to the transmission, and it should work perfect then. And then it should be, other than a few other small things, should be good to drive.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a reach the park, underground methods. Top notch horse, get the most, not the